Hare Krishna Prabhu, Sadar Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dhamma Pranam. Extremely sorry, I got stuck. One very senior devotee and some service related to my spiritual master we are discussing. Suddenly he came, so I got stuck there. So extremely sorry. I was it was completely unplanned, and some discussion started, and I need to be present because it's related to my spiritual master. So I have to be there. So that's why he just called me, and we just spontaneously discussion started and got delayed. I was ready almost by 8:05, 8:10, but I got delayed. But sorry, extremely sorry. টুডে ইট উইল নট টেক মাচ টাইম। আজকে বেশি সময় আমি নেব না, কারণ আজকে একটাই ভার্স এবং আমি চাইছি আগামী 5 দিনই ক্লাস দেব। 5 দিন ক্লাস নিয়ে উপদেশামৃতটা আমি কমপ্লিট করতে চাইছি। তো যেটুকু বাকি 5 দিন হয়তো লাগবে না, আমাদের বাকি আছে 8। 8টা আজকে 8 নম্বর হয়ে যাবে। আজকে 8 নম্বর না 7 নম্বর বোধহয় আজকে, না? ভার্স 7 আমি লিখলাম, 7 না 8 আছে? লিখেছি বোধহয় 8 হবে, মনে হয় 7 লিখেছি। Today is which number of verse? Anyone can remember last time? Verse number 7. Sorry, I may have written in the group verse number 8. Verse number 7. আমি ভুল লিখেছি, দুটো আমি ভুল লিখেছি। Verse number 7. Okay, let's quickly start. Yes. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Apitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kada Mahyam Dadati Shapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Judapada Kamalam Shri Guru Shabaya Shri Rupam Sagrajatan Sahagana Raghunathanita Sachivam Tadaitam Savadutam Harijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakanta Namo Vishnu Pada Krishna Krishnaya Srimate Vedanta Swami नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषोपाधि पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Sri Ram. Hare Krishna. So we will start our unit 5 online Bhakti Shastri course. So today we will discuss about nectar of instruction, verse number 7. So this is most important verse, one of the most important verse for sadhaka. This is the most important verse. So let me give the background of this verse. Why this verse? The verse number 1, what we learned, verse number 1 is related to about Shraddha, about Saranagati. What we should not do to enter into the school of Bhakti. And then to follow that instruction, the instructions of verse number 1, we need to have a lifestyle. The lifestyle which will give protection from not following verse number 1. And the verse number 3 gives that what we should do to make us to do actually to make us cultivate Krishna consciousness so that our Krishna consciousness flourish. Verse number 2 was like what we should not do. And both these words, the most important which was emphasized was Sadhu Sangha. So verse number 4 has given the architecture of Sadhu Sangha. Basic architecture. What is the way how we should do Sadhu Sangha? Okay. And then verse number 5 and 6 has given that how what consideration we should have when we are how to take the highest benefit of sadhu sangha. I can break it a little this way. How to take the highest benefit of sadhu sangha. First of all, the what is sadhu sangha has defined in verse number 4. Okay, what we should do. Then verse number 5 and 6 is the verse by which we can take the sadhu sangha. Now, what we should gain, what we should take from the sadhus. So, this verse number 1 to 3 is like a shraddha. Okay. The a person who is having a shraddha, who is investing out of why one should start following for regulatory principle, why one should start chanting, but start coming into regular association. Forget about for regulatory principle and chanting. First of all, why they should start coming into association? Because they want to reform their life. So this verse number 1 to 3 is about reformation, and that reformation can happen when they have some shraddha, some little teeny mini shraddha, some little bit shraddha. সামান্য শ্রদ্ধা থেকে আমাদের কোমল শ্রদ্ধা যেটা এই কোমল শ্রদ্ধা থেকে শুরু হচ্ছে আমাদের কৃষ্ণ ভাবনাতে যাত্রা সেইখান থেকে সেটা হচ্ছে শ্রদ্ধা তাহলে 1 to 3 you can write down this thing. I think I have shown you also. 1 to 3 is for Shraddha. 4 to 4, 5, 6 is about Sadhu Sangha. And then the verse 7 is about Bhajana Kriya. This particular verse is about Bhajana Kriya. What we should do after coming into the association. So that is Bhajana Kriya. And not only Bhajana Kriya, then it's basically Bhajana Kriya, and then Bhajana Kriya, Anusthani Vritti, Nishtha, and Ruchi. These things covers the verse number 7. And verse number 8 is actually about Asakti. About Asakti. And 9 to 10, 9 to 11, 9, 10, 11 is about 9 is it is about Bhava and Prema. So this is how the entire progressive steps of our journey is covered in these 11. Is that clear? So today's verse is really the important thing is that what we should, after coming into, after having Shraddha, after associating with the sadhus, after knowing how to take the highest benefit, what we should engage ourselves with it, because this is the cornerstone of our sadhana. এটা হচ্ছে আমাদের সাধনার মুকুটমণি, এই হরিনাম নেওয়া, হরিনামের আশ্রয়। আমাদের ভক্তির যত প্রকার অঙ্গ আছে, মূলত যে নববিধা ভক্তির যে অঙ্গ, সেই অঙ্গের মধ্যে হরিনামের আশ্রয় নেওয়া, হরিনাম করা, এই হরিনাম করা হচ্ছে হরি নাম করা, নামমুখী হওয়া, নামের আশ্রয় নেওয়াটা হচ্ছে সবচেয়ে, যার মাধ্যমে আমাদের অনর্থ নিতে প্রধানত হয়। হ্যাঁ, আমরা যদি সাধুর সঙ্গে এসে কেউ যদি নাম সেভাবে নাও নিতে পারি, তাহলেও সে কিছু বেনিফিট পাচ্ছে। হি ইজ অলসো গেটিং বেনিফিট, হি ইজ গেটিং দ্য অ্যাসোসিয়েশন ফ্রম দেয়ার, হি উইল গেট সুকৃতি, and that সুকৃতি will one day take him to Harinam. But he has to take something, he has to do. Like in English, there's a saying that you can bring a horse near the water body, but you cannot make it drink the water until and unless that particular horse want to drink. So somehow by the mercy, because by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there is no admission fee, there is no price we have to pay for coming into this wonderful association of Krishna consciousness. But now what we are, so what we should do, what a sadhaka should do, so that is explained here. So it's very important words, and even though this is not a part of words to be memorized, but I will request each and every devotees to memorize these words as far as possible. You can try. This will help us to actually take shelter of holy name very nicely. And it's very hope-giving verse. Very hope-giving. Sat Krishna Nama Charitadi Shitapahavita Pitta Upatapta Rasanashana Rachikanu Kintu Adaradha Anudinam Purushaiva Jushta Vadi Pramad Bhavati Tadgato Mahatri. Once again. सत कृष्ण नाम चरितादि चितापहविता पित्त उपतप्त रसनशन रचिकान किंतु आदरतनुगुणं भोजशैव जुष्टा पाति प्रमद भवति तद्गतो मोहः. Anyone would like to try to recite? Anyone? Because together it will make a noise. That's why I'm not requesting. Anyone would like to try to recite this word? No one? Okay, let's go to the translation. Someone can read the translation quickly.
The holy name, character, pastimes, and activities of Krishna are all transcendently sweet, like sugar candy. Although the tongue of one afflicted by the jaundice of avidya or ignorance cannot taste anything sweet, it is wonderful that simply by carefully chanting these sweet names every day, a natural relish awakens within his tongue and his disease is gradually destroyed at the root.
Thank you. So can anyone say in this particular translation, what is the most important word? Can anyone say what is the most important word in this translation? Important word or important words? Anyone? Like no need to.
প্রভু যে চেষ্টা করবো প্রণাম প্রভু
চেষ্টা করুন।
হোলি নেম হোলি নেম
Prabhu, carefully chanting.
Huh?
Carefully chanting.
Yes. I was just trying to mark this. Carefully chanting. Before we are even chanting, we are all chanting the word carefully. The today's entire class will be based on only this one word. এই একটা শব্দ যত্ন সহকারে বাংলায় অনুবাদ করেছেন সোহাগ স্বামী মহারাজ, যত্ন সহকারে। সংস্কৃতে হচ্ছে আদারাত। আদারাত, এই আদারাত মানে কি? What is the meaning of Adarat? Are chanting আপনারা রেগুলার করছেন? Everyone, all of you are doing, engaging yourself in chanting. And I think, I believe that most of you are chanting 16 round. Now, this is the only thing, how we should do. Because based on this only, what will happen? Tadgata mulohant. The ignorance will be destroyed based on our endeavor to chant carefully. So this is the only word. The entire purport is based on this one, nothing else. Just to make us understand chanting carefully. Srila Prabhupada has written all his book just to make us understand this one word, chanting carefully. Nothing else is there. We are doing all the service just to come to this point, just to convince ourselves to understand what actually mean Adarat. Just to mean what does it mean Adarat? That's nothing else. This is the one word we need to understand throughout our life. If we understand this thing, our Krishna conscious life will be successful. Our Krishna conscious life will progress very smooth. Even though I am telling, I know this is the lesson learned. This is the only learning point in today's lesson. But it is not that I have also learned it very nicely till now. Even though I know this is to be learned. So this is what actually it is. So I will just show one presentation so that we can easily conceptualize entire whatever is there is purport. Everyone can see. So overcoming ignorance to the holy. Ignorance, avidya. Okay. So this already I have discussed. Verse number 1 to 3 is about Shraddha, about mastering the urges. You have to follow some habit, vidhi, okay, and some nishedha. Something we need to follow, which is favorable, and we should avoid, which is unfavorable. 4 to 6 is the association. Okay. How we should take association. And this is all about the lifestyle. 1 to 6, we can stay the perfect lifestyle and association without the core practice is minimal. So if we don't, now coming to the main core practice, that is the bhajana kriya. This bhajana kriya will actually help us to overcome our anartha. What is anartha? What is the root of anartha? Can anyone say what is the root of anartha? Except Rajiv Prabhu, someone else?
Ignorance, Prabhuji. Ignorance.
Perfect.
Ignorance.
Avidya. So this is the root of anartha. Okay. So this ignorance of what?
Scriptures.
Ignorance of
Scriptures.
scripture. Anyone else would like to try? Ignorance of what?
Ignorance of importance of the holy name.
Ignorance of the importance of the holy name. Okay. Anyone else? Ignorance of what? What we have. Ignorance means what? We don't know something. What we don't know.
Sambandha and prayojana.
Yes. Sambandha. Mainly we have forgotten our, not even Sambandha, before Sambandha, our position. That is also in one sense Sambandha actually. Forgotten the Sambandha. We have forgotten the relationship with Lord. So that is the root cause of our, that is the root, that is the meaning of ignorance, that we have forgotten who we are, our spiritual identity. We have forgotten. Even though we are a spiritual being, residing in a material body. We have forgotten that. So this is the verse. So this forgetfulness of our Sharupa is compared with what? Jaundice of avidya. This is considered Panduro. Jaundice, the Bengali or Sanskrit name is Panduro. This is the meaning of jaundice. What happens when jaundice happens? When jaundice happens, jaundice means what? From anyone from medical profession, even though no one is medical profession, we know what happens in jaundice.
প্রভুজি লিভার এফেক্ট করে আর মুখে টেক্সট চলে যায়।
Exact. Liver effect. Khudamanto. We at that time we don't want to eat anything. We lose the appetite. We don't have any appetite. So when we are afflicted with this avidya, we don't have has any appetite for. We don't have any appetite for spiritual activities. Spiritual activities, we become completely indifferent. Completely indifferent. And what happens? We become addicted to material things. We think this is how I will become happy. So the patient who is afflicted with jaundice, the doctor gives what? Doctor gives medicine. And one of the medicine is sugar candy or sugarcane juice. But when the patient takes that sugarcane juice or sugar candy, he don't like it. He does not like it that to have that medicine. Because why? Because it appears to the tongue of the patient who is afflicted with jaundice very bitter. But medicine has to take. So medicine must be taken. So if he or she, if one carefully, a person who is afflicted with jaundice, carefully takes the medicine given by the bona fide doctor every day. Carefully means how the doctor has prescribed, not according to my understanding, how the prescription has been given. That prescription is actually the instruction of spiritual master and the scripture. We have to follow that and have to take the medicine, not according to our whimsical way. And if there is any difficulty, we need to discuss with our spiritual authority and adjust. So main thing is we have to align ourselves with the prescription which will work. So this is the medicine, the core medicine to uproot our anartha from the root. Okay. So this holy name is actually compared to a sugar candy. Now, this sugar candy is in the form of sugar candy is there, but we are not able to taste it. Why? Now, to give a analogy, suppose if I put sellotape on my tongue, and if I try to taste rasagolla or gulab jamun, will I able to taste it properly? I will not able to taste it properly, isn't it? I will not able to taste it properly. So the point is that we are in that situation now. Even though the holy name is coming, Prabhupada says that as soon as we chant holy name, Krishna is dancing on our tongue. But we are not able to understand that because we are afflicted with jaundice of avidya. So that's why, in spite of not having any taste, this is the sadhana. Sadhana means something is not very relishable. This is the relishable, but we have to practice. So this is what the healthy tongue plus sugar candy is very tasteful. But a jaundice plus sugar candy is very distasteful. But if one continuously taking it, recently, actually, I was recently having some problem with my liver. Someone told me your liver is weak, becoming weak, and someone told me start taking every day sugarcane juice. So I started taking sugarcane juice. It was not like a jaundice kind of thing. So it was I was tasting sweet only. Uh, and slowly I my appetite also increased and I got cured because the very wonderful medicine for liver, sugarcane juice. So
Prabhu, so like whenever we like I hear this example of
yes,
this sugar candy and
yes,
jaundice analogy, and I try to like let's say we quote this to some of the contemporary students. So for them, I try to find a reference in medicine whether there is actually any relation with cure and cure of jaundice and sugar cane.
I
So
exactly
everyone,
don't know about jaundice, but I know in Ayurveda regarding the sugarcane juice, particularly sugarcane juice is referred for uh, uh, improving the health of liver because the liver can get very easily affected. Sometimes it get damaged, but it can be very easily recover also. And sugarcane juice is one of the important thing. I will check with my brother. He is a Ayurvedic doctor.
okay,
He
bro.
knows any reference loka or anything particularly. But when Rupa Goswami is writing this thing, hopefully there will be some reference because
Yes,
Nana
bro.
Shastra Vicharanayiko they have written. So hopefully it will be there. Must be
Okay,
there.
bro.
Okay, maybe nowadays, according to the modern understanding, now everything is contaminated. Maybe the pure sugar candy is not very easily available. Maybe that's why doctors may not be referring this kind of prescription, particularly for this thing. But at one point of time, because I have heard from my brother, there are many things which are there in Ayurveda but may not be relevant in today's scenario. That's why even Ayurvedic doctors are not referring; they are using some other alternative. Okay, there are many alternatives are there, but some other alternatives there is. Okay, that can be a one point. Okay. Anyway, I will check. I will check and try to let you know. Okay. So this bile decreases and disease destroyed, and taste of the sweet. The tongue gate when the avidya is gone, is recovered. We started tasting the sugar candy or the holy name. The holy name is sweet. Krishna's everything is very sweet. Krishna's related everything. Now we are attracted to the beauty of skin deep beauty. But Krishna's beauty is not skin deep beauty. Krishna's beauty is actual beauty, Satchidananda beauty. But we are not attracted. How long we can stare to the beautiful vigraha of Radha Madhav or Radha Govinda or Gandharva Giridhar? How long? But how many people can stare? But mane, so many people, thousands of people are every uh, day going to cinema hall just to see the heroes and heroine uh, because they are addicted to that skin deep. This is avidya. So that we have to overcome. So the material energy Maya does not take away our capacity for attraction. It perverts us. So this is one important thing. We lose our taste for Krishna and first develop a taste for illusion. Actually, the attraction is there, but it is replaced. We have an attraction. We must be having some attraction. We need something. Our mind cannot be vacant. Okay. We need some shelter. Okay. We are tatastha. Jiva means we need some shelter, either in material world or in material energy or in spiritual energy. So Maya actually don't takes away the attraction, but it perverts it. It replace the attraction with material things. So we lose our taste for Krishna, first develop taste for illusion. The medicine and the diet are the exactly same thing. Okay. So individually, now the point is why the avidya is there? What is avidya? Okay. What happens with avidya? When we are ignorant, then what happens? So this is also given in Srimad Bhagavatam and our Acharyas has given. The Avidya, sorry, I will show the presentation. Let me show further better. So this Swarupa Brahm, this Swarup Brahm happens why? Because the living entity is an eternal servant of Krishna, Nitya Das. We are the marginal energy, Tatastha Shakti, simultaneously one with and different from the Lord, like a molecular particle of sunshine or a spark of fire. This is the healthy situation. And what happens? The living entity forgets Krishna and falls from the natural position after the external energy and develops the jaundice of ignorance. Krishna bhuliya jeev bhagavan chakar. This is the first thing. First, we forget about Krishna. Pashete maya tare jhapotiya. Sometimes we think that why we have fallen down from material world, spiritual world. At spiritual world, there is no maya. Then how we are getting affected with maya? There is not maya, but we have the freedom to live Krishna, live with Krishna, LIV, or LEAV, live Krishna. We have this choice. That's why we are that's why we are living entity. We are not stone. We are not robots. We are not programmed by Krishna. We are not forced by Krishna that you have to love. Krishna has given us this freedom. Krishna never interferes. So we misuse that freedom and we thought that I want to be the enjoyer like Krishna. Why not me? Why only Krishna? This thought comes. When a servant serves a king or a master, he also thinks, if I would have been a master, I would have been very nice. Sometimes comes. So that was a blunder, original blunder, original sin. Okay. That was the, what is that said? In Christian, in Abrahamic religion, that apple, which brick fall. We try to enjoy the fruits of that. What is that called? That name, which brick in English? I forgot the name. The, we want to enjoy. Anyway, so Krishna bhuliya jeev bhagavancha kare, pashete maya tare chapu. And that's why Krishna has to facilitate that bhagavancha. That okay, you become Brahma first. Then you go down one after another. Then this is prema vibhakti. Forgetting Krishna, the living entity desires mental enjoyment, and immediately Maya captivates him. So this is happened when the ignorance. When the ignorance happen, what is the hierarchy? What happens actually? With the from ignorance, the root infection. This is the root from where everything is starting. Krishna bhuliya. We forget Krishna. We forget. This from that. What happens after ignorance? Ashmita. Misidentifying oneself with the material body and mind. We are given a body and mind. Okay, and we think that this is me. We start thinking of that I am this body. We see every day in the mirror and think this is my body. I am this. This is called Ashmita. And then we develop attachment related to this me and mine. We develop attachment that is called raga. And from that, we try to develop, we try to ichha desha samuttena, danda mohena bharat, this desha, hatred and aversion comes. And from that and we get completely, deeply absorbed. So much absorbed that we completely forget that we are spiritual beings. We completely forget. 24/7 we are engaged in material activities, completely forgetting our spiritual activities. The materialistic people are like that. And once upon a time, We were also one like that, completely engrossed unless something happens in our life and some intervention of devotees, divine intervention happens. We happen. We were moving in this way because we were covered. Avidya. These are the pancho flesh, or you can say fivefold covering is there. So mind, I see endless suffering, ignorance, false ego, uncontrollable attachment, attraction, aversion. These five miseries cause constant distress. These are the particular bhajan by Bhakti Vinod Thakur. And this is referred. I was searching that verse. I couldn't get that verse. I read many years, couple of years ago in Bhagavatam. Brahmaji also explained this thing about this same thing. From there only, Bhakti Vinod Thakur taken these words and make a bhajan. In my Bengali presentation, it was there. This is English, so it is not there. Any devotees require Bengali, I will share my YouTube classes. That why I prepared, I done during COVID time, so you can that was further elaborate classes are there in Bengali. So in that bhajan, from there it is there. So this is how we suffer. This is the avidya. Okay, and when we are in avidya, when we are into this covering, what happens? Durasray, false shelter, placing hope. This is the individual placing hope in a hopeless material world. Being an optimist amidst hopelessness. We are making so many plans. We don't know what will happen tomorrow, what will happen next moment, because we don't understand this material world is a very flickering place. We cannot take shelter. We take shelter of our bank balance. We take shelter of our body. We take shelter of our relatives. We don't know. It's a very flickering situation. Futile searching, endlessly seeking happiness through material efforts that ultimately fail. Blind correction, covered by ignorance, the soul cannot recognize its own mistakes, committing new errors while trying to fix old ones. Many examples can be given. Like I was thinking about this communication. Earlier, we were having communication by writing letters. I can remember I used to write letters in postcard to my grandmother, to my uncles, মামাকে চিঠি লিখতাম, দিদাকে চিঠি লিখতাম, ওখান থেকে চিঠি আসতো, সেই চিঠি খুলে পড়তাম। আপনারা জানি না আপনারা সেগুলো দেখেছেন কিনা, কেউ মানে আপনারা কতটা আমার থেকে বয়সে বড় বা ছোট আমি জানি না, সবাই
হ্যাঁ
কেউ
প্রভু
কেউ হয়তো
দেখেছি,
দেখেছে
আমরা পোস্টকার্ড
দেখেছি
ব্যবহার করতাম। হ্যাঁ,
ফুচকার
তখন
ব্যবহার
ইংল্যান্ড
করতাম।
লেটার ছিল, সেটা ব্লু
হ্যাঁ,
কালারের যেটা
ইংল্যান্ড,
ইংল্যান্ড লেটার।
ব্লু
হ্যাঁ
কালার ইংল্যান্ড, এক্সাক্ট। তো আমরা ওইভাবে লেখা দেখেছি। তখন বাড়িতে আমি যেখানে থাকতাম, বাবা সরকারি চাকরি করতো বলে সেখানে ওই টেলিফোন থাকতো, ইন্টারকম টেলিফোন আর কি। ওই টাউনশিপের মতন উপনগরী ছিল, উপনগরীতে কথা বলার জন্য এক বাড়ি থেকে একবার অন্য জায়গায় কথা বলা যেত। তা সেই সময় তখন ফোন ছিল না, ফোন আসলো, টেলিভিশন ছিল না, টেলিভিশন আসলো। সেখান এরপরে আমরা কি সেই কমিউনিকেশনটা কি হচ্ছে, আসলে ল্যান্ড ফোন আসলো, তারপর টেলিফোন বুথ আসলো, যে হ্যাঁ এবার কাছাকাছি একটা কোথাও বুথ থাকবে, সেখানে গিয়ে আমরা ওটা কি বলা হতো, এসটিডি কল করা যাবে, এসটিডি
হ্যাঁ,
এসটিডি কল,
এসটিডি বুথ।
এসটিডি বুথ থাকতো, এসটিডি বুথে। তো সেটাও মানে অনেক অসুবিধা হচ্ছে, গিয়ে কথা বলতে হচ্ছে। তারপরে কি ল্যান্ড ফোন চলে আসলো, ঘরে ঘরে ল্যান্ড ফোন চলে আসলো। ল্যান্ড ফোন আসার পর ল্যান্ড ফোনে কথা হচ্ছে, ভালো কথা হচ্ছে, ঠিক আছে। সেখানেও অসুবিধা, না ল্যান্ড ফোনে ফোন করে তোকে পেলাম না, তুই ছিলিস না, হ্যাঁ তুই বেরিয়ে গেছিস, হ্যাঁ তো তখন পুরো ফোন বেজে গেল। আচ্ছা তাহলে কি হলো, এবার চলে এলো মোবাইল, চলে এলো পকেটে পকেটে ফোন, কমিউনিকেশন, সবসময় কমিউনিকেশন। আমি সেটা ভাবছিলাম যে there are so many communications are happening, but how much connections are happening? We are communicated. Communication technology got increased, so much increased. We evolved telecommunication. But what about the connection? What about the relation? আমার মনে I can feel now very clearly the difference, the feeling that I can pour into while writing the letter to my grandmother, to my uncle, to my father, that is not there in writing messages. That is not there in calling and talking instantly in the phone. Yes, For some urgent message communication, this sometimes we feel it is okay. But otherwise, in this communication, we don't actually develop that deep connection. So that is what actually we are trying to solve some problem and creating another problem. Like Prabhupada give an example that there were problems with the transportation system. At that time, the bullock cart was there. Okay. So someone bullock cart was there. From bullock cart to now Tesla. Okay. Such a huge uh, transformation has happened in the transportation. So one posting has come that bullock cart was like that. Ki someone bullock cart the bulls no once one if you take the bullock cart from say Mayapur to Kolkata and Kolkata to Mayapur, if the routes they go up and down, next time you need not to uh, be alert to show the route. They will be knowing the route. Okay, they can take you if you go start journey from Mayapur, and they will be habituated to reach exactly the Kolkata where you want to go. So someone posted the original Tesla car below the the Boyni Tesla car. so that is what. So we are not. The Prabhupada actually used to say that the dogs, the animals are running in 4 legs and we are running in 4 tires. That is the thing. So this is what is happening. Because why this is happening? Refusing the advice to the find happiness to Krishna consciousness. Why? Because the collectively there is a atheistic leadership, atheistic governments. Individual level, there is no training, no nothing. We have created a syllabus completely in the name of secularism. We created a completely atheistic syllabus. Completely banned Krishna consciousness, anything related to spiritual consciousness, everything we banned. So that is how the things are going, and that's how so much problems. Misguided leadership, modern politicians, philosophers, scientists are equally bewildered by illusion. They are only manipulating the material things and giving some patchwork solution, stopgap solution. Atheistic governance leaders devoid of spiritual knowledge and never surrendered to the like uh, that blind leaders are leading the blind followers. The blind, the innocent public are followed are carried away by these blind leaders. They don't have any vision, spiritual vision. So the only solution is Krishna consciousness. So the mechanics of cure is from the tongue. Prabhupada has said, from the tongue it will come. We can see Krishna by tongue. It is very, very, very peculiar. But Prabhupada said, we can see Krishna by our tongue. Everything starts from the tongue. केवल मुखे ही जिहादो अथ श्री कृष्ण नामादि नभवेत् ग्राह्यमिन्द्रियैः केवल मुखे ही जिहादो स्वयमेव स्फुरति. So we have
Prabhu, then
to
it is for us partially like Angani Jasya Sakalendriya.
something like that. From tongue we can start our journey for seeing Krishna. We can see Krishna by tongue. We can see Krishna by our ear. These are the two things we have to develop as a sadhakas. Okay. So this is spiritual, very interesting. So we have to take this medicine very sincerely, and we have to very, very much carefully. Now we will come. I am coming to the point of what is the careful, what we have to do. The soul affected by avidya finds no apple in the hole. Treatment is chanting. We have to keep on doing this. Ignorance eradicated at the root. So that is the anushtha. What happens in anushtha nibritti? We overcome this ignorance. We overcome this false Ashmita, base, everything one by one by one by one by one. It is overcome. And by the pure devotional service only, the root of avidya will go when we come to the pure devotional service. For that, avidya will not. That is given in Bhagavatam. Kechit kibolaya Vasudeva Paraya. Agong Bhunnanti Kasneno. Kasneno means completely uprooted. This uprooting will happen by pure devotional. Kevala, not with Mr. Bhakti. Mr. Bhakti means I am still hanging on my material enjoyment. Little bit, maybe 20%, 30%, 40%, maybe whatever. So that we have to see. Mr. Bhakti means some mixture. Dudh misrita, jal misrita dudh. We start with dudh misrita jal, first for only jal, then little bit milk, then it is jal, dudh misrita jal, and then we start churning, cultivation. This chanting. This chanting means increasing, making it more condensed, more condensed. That's a one feature of pure bhakti is Chandra Atma Vishesh Atma. It becomes very condensed. So that is the purity. More the purity comes, more we relish relay. That is very clear. So prescription is, everybody we know, the ultimate prescription for humanity is taking shelter of this. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. So this has been compared with Bhavamaha Tavagni Nirvapana. So now, Divanishi Hiyajal. Now in our heart, the for material enjoyment, it is day and night, it is burning in our heart, many kinds of material desires. Okay. So we need to overcome this. Okay. So only thing, we have to Cheto Darpana Marjanam, Omaha Davak Nirvapanam, Shreyo Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam, Vittavata Jivanam. So that is the thing, we have to take this Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. So this is the chanting. So this Krishna Shurja Samo, Maya Hai Aham Amdokar, Jaha Krishna Tahanai Maya Rudhar. So we have to overcome this by chanting. We have to come to, in our heart, this light of holy name has to be, sunrise of holy name should be there. So there are three stages of chanting is there. First, the Kanishta Adhikari, the practitioner start with offensive chanting. Yes, offensive chanting is the starting stage. It is said that no offensive chanting is better than no chanting. That is the one thing we have to remember. Offensive chanting is better than no chanting. Okay, because this offensive chanting can bring one into the next stage. So this is the first step. This is the first baby step we have to take. We have to start chanting. Whatever situation we are in, we have to start chanting. So this offensive chanting is the first stage, practitioner. Initial stage where chanting is still mixed with the 10 offenses. And then the clearing stage. The shadow of the name is there, attaining after actively relinquish the 10 offenses. The heart begins to clear. So this is the first, the first is completely cloud. It is so black cloud. Like today also in world, it was raining. Raining was yet to happen. Last week it was heavily raining. I think in Kolkata also the raining is there. Today I think it is clear. I heard for it. So very thick, completely dark. It is. We can compare it with the night. It is now night time. The offensive chant. And now when sun has not risen, before that Ushakal, the light is there. Yeah, we know the diffraction phenomena from the physics. The light is reflecting. Sun is not there in the horizon, but the light is coming due to the refractive phenomenon. So that time is called Namakash. And when the sun will arise, that's completely Shuddhana. We can say another example is like flower. The flower is completely at the beat stage. Then it is blooming, it's fully blooming. So there are various examples we need to remember. So the trajectory is like that from Shraddha to Bhajanakriya. Shraddha means hearing the Kirtan sparks, initial faith. Even imitation is beneficial, leading to a desire to surrender to Vishnu. Bhajanakriya is initiation and the practice. In Bhajanakriya includes this initiation also. We get what we get from our spiritual master. This one instruction. Spiritual master gives this one instruction: follow for regulative principle and chant 16 round every day. This is the instruction we get. Spiritual master preliminary minimum expectation is this. And Srila Prabhupada has written many places. If someone is genuinely endeavoring for chanting 16 round offenselessly, carefully, and following strictly for regulative principles, Srila Prabhupada given many places, many assurance that I will take care for that devotee to take back home back to God. Many places. These two things generally are not committing any Vaishnava aparadha. So if we continue this thing, then by the mercy of Krishna, Anarthani Priti will happen. Clearing stage, clearing. And then the Nishtha will come, attaining fixed and unshakable determination of Krishna's service, and then which stage will come. From there, the
Prabhu,
yeah.
so the initial Shraddha, so what I am I feel that this chanting not happening like the way it should be, for me at least I find, is because somewhere there is not much Shraddha, that this chanting is so like beneficial, like it can bring so many things. Even though if I try to recite glories of the holy names while chanting, I'll read from books, but that is something I feel that from Shraddha to Nishtha is actually strong Shraddha, I think.
Yes.
So between that, I think this unrestful situation is there. Is it
Exactly.
correct, Prabhu?
Exactly. Nishtha is after Anarthani Priti is a very high stage. Nishtha. Nishtha means I will discuss this thing further in the next class about when we will discuss verse 8 actually. Nishtha, there are 5 symptoms are there explained in Madhurya Kadambini by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. I will not elaborate that thing now. There are 5 features are there which is clearly mentioned. That thing will happen. Particularly the laziness will not be there in discharging devotional service. We will not have any laziness. Very fixed up, very steady, unshakable determination. Krishna service. Nothing can. Ahitya ki aprati hota. Okay, that is the stage of Nishtha. Ahitya aprati is further higher. It is almost at the stage of Prema stage. Nishtha is actually after Anarthani. When the Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakta is yes, Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakta is performing his sadhana very steadily. Yes.
This deepening of Shraddha, Prabhu, is it depending on some experience that we get from the process? Like when we are like let's say
Yes.
we
Yes.
in material sense we have some activity,
Yes.
and at the moment we experience some good thing, so
Yes.
next time we want to do it.
Yes. Yes. From Shraddha, see, initial Shraddha is there. That's why we are sitting with the holy name. We are giving time with the holy name. We are spending time with the holy name. That is means we are Shraddha is initial Shraddha is there. Now Bhajana Kriya. Now Bhajana Kriya will be complete. Will actually actual Bhajana Kriya will start after initiation. After Harinam initiation, at least after Harinam initiation. Before that, it is the preparation for getting initiated. Because we need to understand, here I would like to mention one important statement you can write, take a note. What is that here actually the Konishta mentality and Uttama mentality, or transition from Konishta to Uttama. Uttama mentality and Konishta mentality difference. Mentality or attitude is this say. Konishta attitude is that I am chanting, and by my chanting, I am vibrating my tongue, and by that the holy name is coming, and I am chanting, and by that I will overcome my anarthas. This kind of doership is there. But Uttama attitude is that I don't have any qualification to take holy name. Somehow, by the mercy of Hari Guru Vaishnava, I am able to chant this holy name. Otherwise, I am so sinful that I don't have any qualification. Completely depending on Hari Guru Vaishnava and chanting. And that's why depending on the Hari Guru Vaishnava, you need to be initiated. Initiation gives a special mercy, special empowerment to take shelter. When you get that chanted beads in your hand, that is a special empowered thing that will actually completely change our life. Like I'm giving a, don't take it otherwise. The material example, like when our marriage happens, like before I came to Krishna consciousness, there is a video make during the marriage. After the marriage, we see the video, isn't it? Everybody get married. So there is one song, very popular song. I'm not a singer, I'm not able to sing that song. But that is actually having, Srila Prabhupada gives this kind of example also. It's not like completely I am giving from my own, but I think you may remember the actual lyrics of that song in the Bengali song. It is for the Matajis actually. That that song is that শিথির একবারই সিঁদুরের সিঁথিতে সবকিছু বদলে গেল, something like that. I cannot remember. Someone can remember that song? That I don't remember that song. But the meaning is that after a lady get married, everything change. The initiation is like a marrying, getting engaged. So before initiation, it is like it is we are the boy and girl is meeting each other, but not get married. But initiation means getting married. So
হরে
when
কৃষ্ণ প্রভুজি ক্ষমা করবেন প্রভু, লাইনটা মনে পড়েছে সেই জন্য হাসছিলাম। ওই যে কি যেন সিঁথিরে একটু সিঁদুরে সবকিছু বদলে দিল, তারপরে তারপরে কত না ভাগ্যে আমার এই জীবন পূর্ণ হলো।
এক্স্যাক্টলি উই ক্যান আমরা এই জিনিসটাকে পুরো ইনিশিয়েশনের সঙ্গে ভাবতে পারি যে এই যে আমরা একটা মানে মানে এই যে জপমালা যেটা আমরা পেলাম গুরুদেবের কাছ থেকে, দীক্ষা যে পেলাম, সেটা আমার সব পুরো জীবনকে পরিবর্তন করে দিল। কারণ আমাকে যে নামটা দিল সেটা হচ্ছে আমার স্বরূপ নাম, হোয়াট ইজ মাই অ্যাকচুয়াল অরিজিনাল পজিশন। তো সমস্ত ভাগ্য মানে এইটা আমরা হয়তো কত কোটি জন্মের পর হয়তো এরকম সদ্গুরুর শরণাপন্ন হওয়ার সুযোগ লাভ করেছি। তো সেটা আমাদের বুঝতে হবে এবং সেটার একটা বিশাল এম্পাওয়ারমেন্ট আছে। ইট হ্যাজ এ ভেরি গ্রেট ইনফ্লুয়েন্স। এক্স্যাক্টলি লাইক সামওয়ান ইজ গেটিং ম্যারেড, এটা মাতাজিদের ক্ষেত্রে অনেক বেশি, কারণ মাতাজিদের অন্য একটা পরিবারে চলে আসতে হয়, সমস্ত কিছু সেখানে নতুন। একটা নতুন পরিবারের সঙ্গে যুক্ত হতে হয়, সবকিছু একটা মাতাজিদের জীবনে বিরাট পরিবর্তন হয় যখন বিয়ে হয়ে যায়। প্রত্যেক মাতাজিরা, যারা বিবাহিত মাতাজিরা সেটা এক্সপিরিয়েন্স করেছে। তা ওটা ওরকম বলা হয় যে একটা জাস্ট স্মৃতির সিঁদুরে সবকিছু বদলে গেল। তেমনি এটা একটা একদিনের একটা প্রোগ্রাম, বিবাহটাও একটা একদিনের প্রোগ্রাম, কিন্তু এই একটা প্রোগ্রাম, একটা অনুষ্ঠান সবকিছুকে পরিবর্তন করে দিল। সমস্ত দায়িত্ব, বিবাহিত জীবন মানে নতুন জীবনের অধ্যায় শুরু হলো। ঠিক তেমনি দীক্ষিত জীবন একটা নতুন জীবনের পারমার্থিক জীবনের যাত্রা শুরু হলো করে দিল। এর আগে তো শুধু প্রিপারেশন হচ্ছে, প্রস্তুতি নেওয়া হচ্ছে। এই ভজন ক্রিয়া থেকে শুরু হলো আমাদের প্রকৃত অনর্থ নিবৃত্তির যাত্রা, যার জন্য আমরা কৃষ্ণ ভাবনামৃতে এসেছি। আমাদের এটা বুঝতে হবে যে আমরা কেন, ওয়াইটা আমাদের মনে রাখতে হবে যে আমরা কেন এসেছি এই কৃষ্ণ ভাবনামৃতে, কেন এই সময়টা দিচ্ছি। তো এটা হচ্ছে সবচেয়ে গুরুত্বপূর্ণ। এটা হচ্ছে দিস ইজ দ্য শ্লোকা দ্যাট রিটেন বাই Rupa Goswami Tunde Tandobani. The English is there because I translated that my Bengali PPT into English by Gemini, so they cannot take the Bengali. So I do not know how much nectar the two syllables Krishna have produced. When the holy name of Krishna is chanted, it appears to dance within the mouth, making one desire many mouths. When that name enters the holes of the ears, one desires millions of years. And when the holy name dances in the courtyard of the heart, it conquers the activities of the mind, making all the sense heart. So everyone, when Haridas Thakur heard these verse, he started dancing in ecstasy. What a verse you have written. Okay, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was showing everyone that see what Rupa Goswami has written. Huh? It was such a beautiful verse. Regarding this, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur has told that this happens when one chant with a desire for seeking service. That Krishna, please engage me in your service. When with that service attitude we chant, then Krishna descends and dance on our tongue. Krishna gives our association. We need to have faith on this, complete faith. আমাদের এটা শ্রদ্ধা থাকতে হবে যে আমরা যখন হরিনাম করছি আমরা কৃষ্ণের সঙ্গে অ্যাসোসিয়েট করছি, সরাসরি কৃষ্ণের সঙ্গে অ্যাসোসিয়েট করছি। কৃষ্ণের এই নাম হচ্ছে শব্দ বিগ্রহ, নাম ও চিন্তামণি রস বিগ্রহ, নিত্যপূর্ণ অভিন্নাত্য নাম ও নাম না। এটা না কৃষ্ণের থেকে সম্পূর্ণ অভিন্ন এবং কৃষ্ণের থেকেও বেশি কৃপালু, মোর মার্সিফুল দ্যান কৃষ্ণ। And from this only our entire Swarupa will be revealed, Asakti will come, everything will happen. When the Anartha will reveal, Anartha will move away, will go away, everything will be revealed to us. Till that time, so that here actually the point is, Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes that we have to apply the verse 3 to get this. To carefully chant holy name, we have to have utsaho. We should have nistat that yes, this holy name will help me to overcome my anartha of millions of lifetime. We have full faith. This is the where we have to apply this verse 3 here. There in the verse 3, in general, সাধারণভাবে বলা হয়েছে উৎসাহ নিশ্চয় ধৈর্য তত্তৎ কর্ম প্রবর্তনাৎ সঙ্গ ত্যাগ শতকৃত্যে সরবীর ভক্তির প্রসিদ্ধ। But what that bhakti? That bhakti is nameruchi. To take shelter of the holy name, to chant this holy name, we should have this kind of utsaho, nischayat, virjat, and we have to do whatever is favorable to help me. That is a lifestyle. That means we have to avoid. We should not do anything which will make me commit offense towards the holy name. Tatot karma pravartana. We should not break four regulative principles. Okay. So tatot karma sangha thaka sadhu sange horinam. We have to get rid of asat sangha. What asat sangha? What is asat sangha? Can anyone say what is asat sangha?
तो
We are
अब
almost done. Asat sangha means what?
जो लोग मोड ऑफ पैशन में रहते हैं और
হ্যাঁ,
মানে মোড অফ প্যাশনে যারা থাকেন,
মোড অফ প্যাশনে যারা থাকেন মানে কারোর সঙ্গ করা, তাই তো?
এরকম হ্যাঁ, এরকম
এরকম ব্যক্তির সঙ্গ করা,
ব্যক্তি সঙ্গ করা বা যারা অভক্ত
স্ত্রী সঙ্গী প্রভু, আর যারা তাদের সঙ্গ করে,
তাদের সঙ্গ করা,
স্ত্রী সঙ্গীদের যারা সঙ্গ করে।
ওকে, এনিথিং এলস? এনিওয়ান ওয়ান্ট টু অ্যাড?
Non-devotees.
Non-devotees. হ্যাঁ, ইয়েস মাতাজি, শতরূপা মাতাজি।
প্রভুজি, প্রশ্নটা ছিল যে অভক্ত কাকে বলা হয়?
না, অসৎ সঙ্গ কাকে বলে?
অসৎ সঙ্গ যেটা ভক্ত সঙ্গ ছাড়াই অসৎ সঙ্গ সবই।
ভক্ত সঙ্গ ছাড়াই শুরু। সেরকম একটা এক্সাম্পল অনেকগুলো এক্সাম্পল দিয়েছেন। কেউ বলছেন যে যারা রাজস্বিক গুণে গুণসম্পন্ন, প্যাশনেট, তাদের সঙ্গ করা। কেউ বলছে স্ত্রী সঙ্গী সঙ্গ করা, কেউ বলছে অভক্ত সঙ্গ করা। এভরিথিং ইজ কারেক্ট। আর কিছু? আমরা এই সঙ্গগুলো করি?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ,
আমরা করি এই সঙ্গগুলো।
এই সঙ্গগুলো হ্যাঁ, মানে যারা না মানে হ্যাঁ, সবকিছু মিলিয়ে মিশিয়েই করি প্রভু। কারণ পুরোপুরি তো সবসময় ভক্ত সঙ্গ পাই না আমরা। তো
না, এখানে প্রশ্ন আছে, আমরা এগুলো সঙ্গ করি না, মানে সাধারণভাবে করি না। কেন করি না? আমি যেটা ক্লাস নাম্বার 4 এর যখন আলোচনা করেছি, যখন আমি বলেছি যে আমরা অ্যাকচুয়ালি যখন এই ধরনের মানুষদের সঙ্গ করতে যাই, করে ফেলি বা তাদের সান্নিধ্যে আসি, তাদের সঙ্গে আমরা এই 4টে প্রীতি বিনিময় করি না। প্রীতি বিনিময় না হলে তাদের সঙ্গ নেওয়া হয় না। আমরা প্রীতি বিনিময় করি কি? আমরা এই যে এই যে তাদেরকে নেমন্তন্ন করে ডাকি আমাদের বাড়িতে, তাদের বাড়িতে আমরা নেমন্তন্ন খেতে যাই,
না
যাই কি? যাই না তো।
না
সাধারণভাবে তো আমরা যাই না। তাদের সঙ্গে আমরা উপহার বিনিময় করি না, আমরা তাদের কাছ থেকে উপহারও নেই না।
প্রভু যারা প্রজল্প করেন, যারা
প্রজল্প
এখন
করেন তাদের সঙ্গে নেওয়া, এটা একটা সঙ্গ।
সংস্কৃতি।
আমরা সাধারণত অসৎ সঙ্গ বলতে এই ধরনের ব্যক্তি সঙ্গ কথা ভাবি। আরেক ধরনের সঙ্গ হচ্ছে এই যে মোবাইল, এই মোবাইলের সঙ্গটাও কিন্তু একটা অসৎ সঙ্গ হতে পারে যদি আমরা এটাকে অপব্যবহার করি, যার মাধ্যমে আমরা যা যা বললাম সেগুলোর সঙ্গ আমরা ভুল করেও করে ফেলতে পারি। আরেকটা হচ্ছে আমাদের মনের মধ্যে পূর্ববর্তী অভিজ্ঞতার ভিত্তিতে অনেক রকম চিন্তা আছে, তার সঙ্গ করা, সেটাও অসৎ সঙ্গ। আমাদের ভক্তিতে আসার আগে অনেক রকম ইনক্লিনেশন, অনেক রকম, উই মে হ্যাভ সাম আনডিউ untoward inclination, unfavorable inclination towards something, someone, that can also be, আমরা হয়তো গ্রসলি করছি না, we may not be associating with them or with that object or with that subject, or with that person grossly, but we are thinking due to some of our hidden inclination. That is also asociation. So you have to get rid of that kind of thoughts also. So thought gadgets can also be asot sango. Is that clear? So asot sango is not only now limited uh, to a person.
বুঝতে পারছি।
Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes.
So এটা একটা খুব গুরুত্বপূর্ণ আমাদের মনে রাখতে হবে, এবং যেই কারণে that may be spoiling our chanting. এই জন্য আমরা চ্যান্টিং এর সময় অনেক অদ্ভুত অদ্ভুত চিন্তা আসে। হ্যাঁ, চ্যান্টিং এর সময় অনেক উল্টো পাল্টা উদ্ভট চিন্তা আসাটা ভালো, কারণ সেটা হচ্ছে কি, যেটা উদাহরণ দেওয়া হয় যে when আমরা যখন কোনো একটা অনেক দিনের ময়লা ঘরকে ঝাড়ু দেওয়া শুরু করি, তখন অনেক ধুলো ওড়ে, তখন কাশি হয়, তাই না? মাস্ক পরতে হয়, এত অসুবিধা হয়। তা অনেক ধুলো তখন উঠছে, এতদিন ঘরে ঝাড় না দিলে, হ্যাঁ, বোঝা যায় না কত ধুলো পড়ে আছে। ঝাড় দিলে বোঝা যায় না, অনেকদিন বাদে ঝাড় দিলে যে কত এত ধুলো ছিল ঘরের মধ্যে, জানাই যায়নি। তা আমরা হরিনাম করতে বসলে প্রথমে এরকম অনেক চিন্তা আসে, ধীরে ধীরে সেটা চলে যাওয়া উচিত দীর্ঘদিন করতে করতে। তা এখানে অনেক ইনস্ট্রাকশন, অনেক আচার্যরা অনেক সুন্দর সুন্দর ইনস্ট্রাকশন দিয়েছেন। আমি এটা পরের দিন শেয়ার করবো কিছু কিছু ইনস্ট্রাকশন। এবং আপনাদের কাছ থেকে আমি আজকে যেটা ভেবেছিলাম, আমি আজকে তো আর সময় দিচ্ছি না, বুঝতে পারছি না। আমি যেটা ভেবেছিলাম আপনার কাছ থেকে শুনবো যে হোয়াট আর দ্য চ্যালেঞ্জেস ইউ আর ফেসিং which is stopping you from carefully chanting the holy name. আমি এটা ভেবেছিলাম যে আপনাদের কাছ থেকে শুনবো আজকে, আমি লিখবো ভেবেছি, এবং তার কি কি সলিউশন হতে পারে। তো সেটা আমার প্ল্যান ছিল। এনিওয়ে আজকে আমি সেটা ওইভাবে অতটা করতে পারলাম না, বাট আই থিঙ্ক আই ডিসকাস মোর অর লেস এভরিথিং, আই কভার্ড এভরিথিং। টুমরো উইল বি অলসো ক্লাস, ওকে? টুমরো আই উইল ট্রাইং টু স্টার্ট দ্য ক্লাস আর্লিয়ার, 7:30. So any question is there, you can ask online. Today is already late. Yes, any quick question I can take.
Yeah, Prabhu, one quick question, Prabhu. Like when we were discussing Asat Sangha, so we said that non-devotees.
Yes, non-devotees.
Sometime,
yes, non-devotees.
so sometime I've seen like one recent example. So he is a senior devotee, and like the topics that he was discussing, and he has a very big community where he preaches. But the kind of talks, like he was sharing that in his dream he was seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, And then another dream, he was said seeing some fairies like Pori, and that Pori gave him some instruction, and then he followed that instruction like lok Shraddha type kathas he was sharing, and the devotees were like hearing with very rapt attention.
Is
So
it happening online? In online?
not online, Prabhu, offline.
Offline, okay.
And I I moved away from there. So, and he's like influencing many devotees are under him. So I'm thinking like, what kind of association then they are getting to?
Is he from ISKCON, ISKCON
Ah,
devotee?
ISKCON devotee Prabhu initiated.
Unfortunate. এটা এরকম হওয়ার কথা নয়, আনফরচুনেট, বিকজ ইফ আপনো ভজন কথা না ভুলিও যথা তথা, নরোত্তম দাস ঠাকুর বলেছে। ইফ দেয়ার ইজ এনি, দ্যাটস ওয়াই রূপ গোস্বামী, প্রভুপাদ হ্যাজ মেনি এ প্লেস, প্রভুপাদ এটা বলেছেন যে আমাদের গোস্বামীরা কোথাও কখনো বলেনি যে আমি আজকে কৃষ্ণের দেখা পেলাম, আমি আজকে এখানে পেলাম। দে হ্যাভ অলওয়েজ ক্রাইড, ওয়্যার ইজ কৃষ্ণ, ওয়্যার ইজ রাধারানী, ওয়্যার ইজ গোবর্ধন, where is that place? So that separation mood was there. So even though there is some intimate things, they never discuss. So this kind of things should not be discussed. Maybe he needs some guidance, some correction. Yeah, we should pray for him so that he correct himself, should not share this kind of thing in public particularly. But his authority should take care actually. Anyway, so the point is we need to very thoroughly read, and that is the point here. What happened, I was hearing one thing, that sometimes we are reading something, understanding something, and speaking. Understanding means we are superficially understanding and start speaking instead of realizing. So our vocal cord become very trained up to say the perfect thing in a perfect way, but it may not come from our heart, because the heart, there is no transformation. So this is a particular kind of a particular term is there. Recently I was hearing one particular video where that particular devotee was sharing that many times it's happening in practice. Maybe the practice is not very proper, but somehow by his vocal, by his oratory skill, he makes some followers, and that is how it is happening. We have to be very much careful. Recently, I think some news has come in Vrindavan. Some person was caught. He was also giving Krishna Katha, and later on, he actually was running behind some brothel kind of thing actually. Okay, so very much careful. We have to be particularly online. From online, he was attracting many young girls in his so-called ashram. It's not ashram actually. So, and he was dressed in a devotee attire with tilak only. So we have to read properly. We have to. That is the point where the discrimination is required while taking the association. If we want to take the full advantage of the association, we need to discriminate. Otherwise, it's very. Okay, I will not elongate. We have to be very much cautious. That's why this study is very important. And we should say whatever Prabhupada has said. Maybe we can give some examples which we can relate. That's all. Nothing other than that. Thank you so much. And again, I'm begging sorry for forgiveness for making you late. My plan was today to complete by 9 o'clock, maximum 9:15.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु।
Hare Krishna. Yes.
प्रभु कल मैं ट्रेन में रहूंगी, तो हो सकता है मैं अगर क्लास ज्वाइन करूंगी,
No problem.
लेकिन अगर नेटवर्क इशू हुआ तो कुछ
No problem.
है ना?
No problem. I will try. If the weather is no problem, if there is nothing happening with me, I will. Any urgent thing not happening tomorrow, I will skip the class because I want to complete this class, this chapter, this verse 8 will take some time. It is a little difficult verse. You will see the transition from Sadhana Bhakti to Raganuga Bhakti. So it needs some explanation. We need to understand this. Thank you so much. Don't class you also very important. Hare Krishna. So Gopal ki jai, Gaur Bhakti ki jai. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Wow. Hare Krishna.